50 Cent posted a photo on Instagram that pulled T.I.'s wife, Tiny Harris, straight into their ongoing beef. That single move triggered a chain reaction, dragging in T.I.'s son, King Harris, who eventually crossed the line that sent the internet into a full meltdown. The real question now is this: did 50, with one now-deleted post, manage to flip the narrative and put the entire Harris family under a spotlight they didn't expect? To answer that, we've got to break down exactly what happened between 50 Cent, T.I., and King Harris, and how one Instagram upload turned a Versus debate into something nobody saw coming. To understand how it escalated this far, you have to rewind to the root of the tension, and it starts with one word: Versus. Tip has been trying to get 50 Cent to face him in a song-for-song battle ever since. Versus exploded in 2020, but Fif has never signed on. This isn't new energy. T.I. has been campaigning for this matchup for years, making it clear across multiple platforms and interviews that 50 is the opponent he wants. And for just as long, 50 has either ignored it completely or brushed it aside. Things shifted in February 2026. The Atlanta rapper doubled down during a live Nightcap episode in San Francisco on Friday, February 6th. The podcast, hosted by Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco Johnson. This wasn't a low-key sit-down. This was T.I. on stage, in front of a live crowd, calling 50 Cent out by name. He spoke about conversations with Swizz Beatz regarding a Versus, and made it clear 50 was his target. "You don't want no smoke, though. I called my man out. You don't want no smoke? He ducking smoke?" Those were Tip's exact words, said on camera with Shannon Sharpe right there beside him. For context, this wasn't just reckless talk. T.I. later expanded on it during the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. The Atlanta MC claimed they had actually agreed to a hit-for-hit showdown, but that the GeoNet mogul backed out. According to Tip, it wasn't one-sided, he said. The two had been moving around Los Angeles together, doing shows, and during that time they discussed Versus and came to a verbal understanding. The plan, allegedly, was for T.I. to mention it publicly first, and for 50 to follow up. But once Tip went public, 50 supposedly acted like he had no idea what was happening. That's what really set T.I. off. It wasn't just about declining a battle, it was about a broken agreement. "Now I question your character. Just say you don't want to do it." That was Tip making it clear this had shifted from music to respect. And on that same podcast, he drew a firm line. "I have no interest in standing on stage with him. I don't respect him. Not I'm annoyed. Not I disagree." He said he doesn't respect 50 Cent. In hip-hop, that carries serious weight. That's not something you casually walk back. At that point, the internet lit up. Fans debated whether T.I. has the catalog to stand across from 50. Others argued 50 was ducking. Some said he just wasn't interested, but everybody waited for one thing: 50's response. Because 50 Cent always responds. This is the same man who's gone at Ja Rule, Rick Ross, Diddy, Floyd Mayweather, and more. He doesn't let shots slide. And sure enough, he answered, just not with music. He didn't accept Versus, he didn't address T.I.'s catalog, he didn't drop a diss record. Instead, he went somewhere else entirely. He went to Instagram, and what he posted shifted the entire direction of this beef. But before we get into that now-deleted posts, we need to look at what happened between the Nightcap appearance and the moment 50 hit upload. Because 50 Cent didn't just randomly upload that photo. He took shots first, and those shots landed. After T.I. publicly accused him of ducking Versus, 50 clapped back by posting T.I.'s old Crime Stoppers Atlanta commercial on Instagram, clearly implying that Tip cooperates with law enforcement. The caption read, "I know Atlanta pick and choose who they support, but y'all gotta do better. LOL, keep my name out your mouth." That wasn't subtle. That Crime Stoppers ad has followed T.I. for years. It came out of his 2007 federal gun case and was part of his court-ordered community service. It wasn't something he did just because he felt like it. It was tied to his legal situation. But 50 has repeatedly used that clip over the years to frame T.I. as someone who works with the police. And he didn't stop there. Next. 50 shared courtroom footage of T.I. testifying in the murder trial of Hosea Thomas. That case involved the killing of T.I.'s friend, Philon Johnson, in Cincinnati back in 2006. By posting that testimony, 50 doubled down on the narrative he was pushing. And that's when the internet split in half. T.I.'s supporters argued it wasn't snitching. They said he was seeking justice for a friend. Others watched the footage and felt like it supported 50's angle. Either way, the message was clear. 50 wasn't going to let T.I. question his character without firing back hard. Then came the King Rat comment. In a remark captured by Academics TV on X, 50 referred to Tip as King Rat. That wasn't random. T.I. brands himself as the King. He has an album titled King. His son's name is King. So flipping that into King Rat was calculated. It was personal and strategic at the same time. T.I. didn't hesitate. He shot back, saying, "You playing on my name when only one of us a rat in real life?" He followed it up by referencing paperwork, saying his transcript is public and 50's excuses are useless. He even challenged him to get your ass in the box or STFU and live in fear, adding that 50 had lost his respect. That paperwork reference matters. T.I. was pointing at long-standing rumors that 50 ISS cooperated in cases involving Kenneth Supreme McGriff in the early 2000s. In other words, he was saying, if you're going to call me a rat, I've got documents that say you are too, and my transcripts are online for anyone to read. At that point, the Versus debate was dead. This wasn't about hits anymore. It had turned into a full-blown credibility war. Both men were tossing around the same accusation. Both claimed to have receipts. And the internet was picking sides in real time. That's usually how these situations evolve. Once the music talk fades, the street talk takes over. And in hip-hop, being labeled a snitch can define or destroy a career. So now you've got two grown men throwing around one of the most serious allegations in the culture. But up to this moment, it was still contained between them. No families involved, no outside players. That was about to change because what 50 did next dragged in someone who wasn't originally part of this fight. And that's when everything truly went off the rails. On Sunday, February 22nd, 2026, 50 Cent made a move that completely shifted the beef from a rapper to a rapper situation into family territory. It all started when he shared a forewarned Instagram post aimed at T.I., featuring a photo of T.I.'s wife, Tiny Harris, performing. The caption read, "I keep saying keep my name out your mouth." Here's the key detail. 50 wasn't targeting T.I. this time. He posted a photo of King Harris's mother, Tiny, taken from an unflattering angle, with a caption reminding her to keep his name out of her mouth. This wasn't about music. This wasn't courtroom footage. This was 50 Cent going after a man's wife. Tamka Tiny Harris, the Grammy-winning member of Xscape and mother of T.I.'s children, had now been dragged into the feud. That Instagram post, now deleted, set the internet on fire instantly. Some argued 50 had gone too far, while others shrugged, saying this is just 50 being 50. He has a long history of targeting the families of his rivals. In the world of hip-hop beefs, few moves are lower than bringing a romantic partner into it, and 50 did it anyway. The backlash was immediate, especially from King Harris, T.I., and Tiny's 21-year-old son. T.I. himself jumped into the comments, firing a cryptic response. 966A. You can post a fat hoe in a snowstorm on a unicycle juggling dildos. You still a hoe? That hashtag referenced King Harris, signaling that the entire Harris family was now officially involved. The dad had spoken, the mom had been pulled in against her will, and now the son was about to escalate things. As for 50's post, it's gone now. If you check his Instagram today, you won't find that photo of Tiny, but the damage had already been done. This is classic 50 Cent. He drops a bomb, lets the internet explode, lets blogs screenshot it, and then deletes it. The receipts exist everywhere, even if the original post doesn't. He's done this before, did he? Jim Jones, Rick Ross, Ja Rule, and now he'd done it to T.I.'s family. After 2 decades of antagonizing his biggest enemies, this is how he operates. But the real story isn't the post itself. It's King Harris's response, which the internet hasn't stopped talking about. That same Sunday, the rising rapper took to his Instagram stories and went off, launching an explicit, expletive-filled rant. After seeing 50's jab at his mother, King didn't stay calm or measured. He directly addressed the camera. "Want to say something about my mama? Your mama dead is for no?" This was a loaded reference to 50 Cent's mother, Sabrina Jackson, who was murdered in 1983 when 50 was just 8 years old. One of the most defining tragedies in his life. King Harris went straight for the jugular, and he didn't stop there. Later, he shared an Instagram photo of a tombstone engraved with the names of 50's mother and grandmother, making the beef intensely personal and taking it to a level few expected. King didn't hold back. He posted images of tombstones and tagged 50 Cent directly, before launching a full Instagram stories rant. He shared a post featuring 50's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, with a tombstone engraved with her name and lifespan. The caption was brutal and explicit. "Fuck your bits and dig up your mama." He didn't stop there. Under 50's original post of Tiny, King commented, simply writing, "Where your mama?" 3 words that cut deep. In his stories, King went even further. He praised his mother, highlighting Tiny's Grammy-winning career with XK, saying his mom is a legend, a level that, according to him, nobody can match. He told 50 Cent to leave other people's mothers alone and focus on honoring his own. Then he escalated again, warning 50 and his associates with cryptic, threatening words. "Y'all know enough for Roru. Better tie y'all or war muster shoes. Y'all don't know who the false y'all false also was with." The reaction online was immediate. Raindrops Media reported King had entered the chat, telling 50 to dig up his deceased mother and post a photo of her grave. The tweet went viral. This is where things crossed the line for many. Whether you were Team T.I. or Team 50, dragging up a murdered person's grave is widely considered off-limits in hip-hop culture. Many agreed 50 Cent was wrong for posting Tiny, but King's retaliation took it to a level even some of T.I.'s supporters couldn't defend. This feud marks the second time 50 has tangled with a rapper's son, following his 2026 dispute with Diddy's son, Christian King Combs. It raises the question, is this the inevitable result of a career built on trolling for decades? Or did King simply go too far? After King's aggressive response, T.I. stepped in. In a separate Instagram Stories post shortly after 50's jab at Tiny, T.I. publicly co-signed his son, writing, "You going to win BC? You a good man, a good dad, and a good person?" He didn't tell King to calm down or say he'd gone too far. That post said it all. The Harris family was united. Meanwhile, Tiny Harris has remained publicly silent, making no comment on either the feud between T.I. and 50 Cent or the escalating clash with her son. Tiny has remained silent, and that, in itself, speaks volumes. After King Harris unleashed his rant, shared tombstone photos, and made pointed remarks about his mother, 50 Cent responded in classic 50 style. He didn't post a track, he didn't issue a statement, he simply shared a photo of Peppy, the frog, and captioned it with "lol." That's it. A frog meme in 3 letters, following a 21-year-old's extremely personal attack on his deceased mother. For 50 Cent, this isn't weakness, it's strategy. This is how he operates. He doesn't meet anger with anger, he doesn't meet outrage with outrage, he meets it with laughter, with dismissal. That's what makes him so formidable in public battles. When one person is screaming and the other posts a frog emoji, who truly looks in control?
Who's actually bothered and who's entertained? But he didn't stop there. 50 Cent escalated with a graphic created by YouTuber 050 The Movement, featuring photos of King and Tiny side by side with the caption, "God don't like ugly." This post directly targeted both King and Tiny, calling them out in one image, and he shared it with his millions of Instagram followers. King fired back immediately. He posted a photo of 50 in court with the caption, "All you do is apply pressure to females. Bring that smoke to the chimney. Me 66A. Just getting started." The feud was far from over, and the stakes had just been raised even higher. 50 Cent's history even came back into play. In 2013, he went to trial for domestic abuse, and now King Harris was dragging that up, adding fuel to a feud that was already spiraling out of control. Then the music entered the fray. On Sunday night, T hit the studio, clearly fired up over 50 posting that unflattering photo of his wife, Tiny. The result was a new diss track titled War, which hasn't been officially released yet. T.I. even teased a snippet on Twitter, produced by DJ Tump, captioning it, "Oh, you any 66s want war. I'm on that." 50 Cent's reaction? Exactly what you'd expect. Dismissive. He didn't drop a rebuttal record, he didn't respond on a track. Fifth treated T.I.'s musical attack the same way he handled King's rant. A meme, 3 letters, and 0 escalation. But T didn't stop there. The very next day, he released a second full-length diss track called Right One, delivering it straight to Atlanta radio and skipping streaming entirely, in classic mid-2000s radio drop fashion. The track premiered exclusively on Hot 107.9 during Posted on the Corner with Incognito and DJ Misses. 2 diss tracks in 2 days. T.I. was running this like a full-blown war. Meanwhile, 50 Cent still hasn't dropped a single bar in response. But looking at the bigger picture, these releases give us a window into what T.I. might have planned for his upcoming Kill the King album, widely expected to be his retirement project. At the same time, his single Let Her Know, produced by Fell, was already performing well, and he earned his first solo Billboard Hot 100 entry in over a decade with Let Them Know, holding at number 50 on the chart dated February 21st. T.I. was in the middle of a genuine comeback, and then this beef exploded, colliding with a tour and a resurgence of hits, making this feud even more high-stakes and attention-grabbing. And this track fits perfectly into T.I.'s comeback narrative. But here's the catch. Some fans aren't exactly thrilled about him beefing with 50 Cent, especially since it feels tailor-made for clicks and online hype. That's the big question hanging over all of this. Is this feud boosting T.I.'s profile ahead of his final album? Or is it making him look like he's punching up at someone who doesn't take him seriously? The reality is, 50 Cent hasn't dropped music in years and sits on hundreds of millions from his TV empire, business ventures, and touring. He doesn't need a versus. He doesn't need to prove anything musically. And when someone at his level responds to your diss tracks with a frog meme, the message is loud and clear. Whether you think that's fair or foul is another discussion, but the optics speak for themselves. Meanwhile, 50 Cent isn't just clashing with T.I. He's in the mix with Jim Jones, Diddy, and now the entire Harris family. He's posting surveillance footage, trolling from behind bars, and making it clear, no target is off limits. That's what makes him both entertaining and dangerous. T.I. didn't back down, doubling down with posts about Tiny and escalating the personal attacks. At this point, the feud has fully turned personal, and everyone is in the line of fired SO. Here's where things stand. 50 Cent's now deleted post about Tiny Harris drew T.I.'s 21-year-old son, King Harris, into the war. King brought up 50's murdered mother, shared tombstone images, and went on a full-blown rant. 50 responded with a frog meme and LOL. T.I. countered with 2 diss tracks. 50 Cent hasn't put out a single record in reply. The takeaway? This T.I. versus 50 Cent beef isn't cooling off anytime soon. Both artists are too prideful to let it simmer. One Instagram post didn't end T.I.'s career. He's still making music, still releasing diss tracks, still charting. But 50 Cent's move baited the entire Harris family into the spotlight, turning their reactions, especially King's, into the story itself. In the world of internet beef, controlling the narrative is winning. One deleted post sparked more headlines than T.I.'s comeback music, and that's the power of 50 Cent, a master provocateur for over 2 decades. Right now, whether you agree with him or not, the numbers don't lie. Everyone is talking, and in this game, 50 Cent is winning, and he always will.